Chris Salvador here. Also got the news that I think we all have known for a while that the Bourne Ultimatum is coming back. There's going to be a Bourne 4. And basically, I wasn't always a fan of the Bourne series. Like, I watched one, I watched all three, but I was always a bigger fan of the Mission Impossible and the Bond series. But I don't hate the Bourne series, but just in terms of, I get why people like it so much because it is more urban and it's not as fantastical. It's simple. There is no super, cell phone that he uses that can flip and transform into a giant super ray gun that can, blast his opponents. He's kind of, like I said, he uses his wits and his skill. He'll use a bottle of perfume and it won't have anything in it but perfume, and he'll probably poison you with that perfume and kill you with it. And it's just a simple bottle of perfume. It's not a laser perfume, and I get that and I like it. Now I want to talk about, there's a fourth one coming up, and I posted something on Any Cool News, and I want to talk about it. The fourth one, I was thinking of writing that basically the Bourne Coercion, and basically I thought, well, usually for part 4 as a story, usually if you do these, you always have like the long lost father or whatever, or the brother, and then you bring family members into it. And I thought that this would, usually the next step would make sense for me logically, that you would see that Bourne would have to stop running from what he's doing, because he's on the run and he's still an enemy. That I think it would make sense that Pam Landy she's the one that works with the government, that she would have to find Bourne and coerce him into helping her find other agents or other spies with amnesia or whatever, that other Bournes essentially that just spring up, and he has to kind of bring them in, and of course he doesn't want to, and he's coerced into helping, and the government, so he's kind of on the side kind of bringing them in, which, and that's the where the action and the conflict ensues, that he's kind of trying to find these three other, so in a way he kind of becomes the hunter this time, and he's the one kind of chasing himself, and that's why they need him, because they know, we need to know how they think, and how they would think, and where they would go, and what they would do. Like I said, coercion, he doesn't want to, but he's forced to. And then, like I said, he finds them, and he say, he doesn't do it for them, he does it for other reasons, but like basically he ends up helping, and they say that it's just like then I was thinking, like, it wouldn't be good if Bourne like stayed working with the government, because I think that's in the series, Bourne has always been the badass that is never, he doesn't hate the government, but he's never been completely government. It's like, it's I guess if you read the comics Civil War, like they said it, like, we're not anti-establishment, but we're not establishment, and I think that makes sense with what Bourne is. He's not anti, but he is establishment, but he's not establishment, so he's definitely a free bird, and to not make it that he's a Bond or an Ethan Hunt to constantly keep him working and keep him on his toes, I think that what would, of course, story developments would happen, that he was betrayed either through Pam Landy not knowing or whatever, that the government was just using him, and they had no intention of just questioning or detaining the agents that or whatever they want to execute them, and tried to, as you can see, execute Bourne in the process, and basically Pam Landy worked it out or whatever, that like she didn't want Bourne to be executed, so she let him go, and like that was his he did his part, and that was it, and he served his country by finding the three other agents, and that's it. Now he's free, and he can walk away, but of course, since he's Bourne, he doesn't walk away, and he's like, I can't let that stand. I was lied to, I was deceived, I can't let them be executed. So then Bourne, of course, is back and kicking ass, and he saves them, and I think, and then that also keeps it, once again, he's an enemy of the state again, and I think that, like, the Bourne Coercion, I think would be a cool part 4, so hopefully, like I said, hopefully we could see, but it might not be those things anyway, but hopefully it could happen. So that's my Bourne 4 premise, and hopefully something can be born from this, and I'd like to see that. I mean, it'd really be cool to see Jason, because it kind of feels like all the other movies, but it's a logical step. It does feel like it makes sense. So, Born Coercion, are we gonna see that? Possibly.